After signing a 10-year contract with Spurs and completing phase 1 in season 1, picking up not just 1 but 2 trophies, Mr. Levy has got some very kind words for us.
We had a number of discussions over the years. He was a very, very tough negotiator, very knowledgeable, and I've got a lot of admiration for him, and I think he'll be a great addition to our management team.
Top 4, League Cup, Conference League, I think it's worth celebrating, but the media are not having it. This is what they had to say.
Now, Jamie Redknapp has criticised Daniel Levy. There has been a problem at the club since 2019.
But this has been going on for a while now, and right now Tottenham on field are the laughing stock of football.
Yeah, look, realistically, celebrating the League Cup and the Conference League is not the biggest competitions in the world. We need to make sure we go to that next level and push for a league title. So sorting out the squad, we had a whole bunch of players come back from loan. And Ndombele was the first one, but he's already gone. Didn't get an option to keep him, bit disappointing. Got a 34 mil for him though, it's not bad. As well as that, Mateta Sarr, I've sent him out on loan for a further 2 years, not quite ready yet. Harvey White, Keon Itete and Cameron Carter-Vickers have also all been sold, got some easy money for them. The fourth player who was also moved out wasn't one that I was planning on letting go, but 30 million Great British pounds was offered for Harry Winks. I've got to accept that. That's just too good to turn down. So he has been moved on. Don't forget though, we have got Lo Celso to return from loan, who we are going to be keeping. So it's 1 in, 1 out. Now, it would not be a Tottenham transfer window without Harry Kane being all in the news. Of course, Man City have come calling. They've offered us 62 mil and Raheem Sterling. And I'll be honest, I did consider it for a minute.
Oh, really?
But then I realised I must have been absolutely mental, so I've instantly rejected that. He is going nowhere. Keep your head up, son. In terms of transfers coming in, we've actually got a whopping extra budget this year, 126 mil extra. And even though our wage budget is 400k a week lighter than it was last season, it's still a bit too high for my liking. So we're not going to be splashing the cash just yet this season. We're going to have to wait another season. So what we're going to do to focus on this first window is we're going to just try and secure some long-term investments down. Brian Gill got injured for 6 months, so he's basically not going to play this season. A player who will then step up and take his place is Jack Clark, who we know very well from our Barrow career. 70 overall, only 21 years old, 20k a week on a 3-year deal. Got that one signed on the dotted line. As well as that, Dane Scarlett, our new Harry Kane, 66 overall, 18 years old, also in the final year of his contract, and need to get that one tied up, get that one secured. 4-year deal, 6k a week. Very happy that one's now over the line as well. Now, in terms of incoming players, I wanted to get a new centre-back because obviously Christian Romero has been sent back on loan. We didn't end up buying him in the end. As I was scrolling through the centre-backs, I noticed Eric Dyer, who we got 20 mil for last season, is a free agent. Man United basically released him straight away. That just goes to show we have absolutely fleeced them. But jokes aside, I did actually eventually find a centre-back that I wanted to buy, and it is a player that all you Spurs fans will love to see back at the lane. Yes, that is right, Super Jan Vertonghen is returning. 6 mil on a 2-year deal, 35k a week. He'll be going right into the heart of the defence. That sums up our window. So, after a very quiet pre-season, the boys are now ready. Our 11 does look pretty much the same, I'll be honest, but obviously Vertonghen is now playing it at the heart of the defence. As well as that, we've got Tanganga, Sessegnon, Lo Celso, the Roberts brothers, Mora, Bergwijn, Scarlett. They'll all get game time this season. Squad depth is going to be so important this season, especially if we're going to try and compete for a league title, and of course try and attack all domestic competitions that we're in as well. So what is the objectives? Well, I kind of already said it. I want us to challenge for the league title this year. We need to make sure we go to that next step. I want a good run in Europe, get out of the group stage. Let's just see if we can try and get something better in the League Cup and the Conference League. It's all about kicking on to that next level now. So there's only one thing left to do. Let's get into some league highlights. Here we are then, lads. Match day number 1 of season number 2. Off to St James's Park to play against the Toon. Match day 1 is always so important because the eyes of the world are watching. They want to see what we've been planning and what we've been up to in the pre-season. Started the game well, had a chance in the first 10 minutes with Kulusevski there. A minute later, he was in again. This time, does the right thing, puts the goalie on the floor, lays it on a plate for him and Son to get his first of the season and put us 1-0 up. Son got his second moments later and then set up the third for Harry Kane to put us into a very commanding position. And then, with 20 minutes to go, Højbjerg on the ball, good little pass over the top. Son skins his defender, on his hat-trick, gets his hat-trick. Lads, a 4-0 drubbing on the opening day of the season, and now these fans are dreaming. All of the front three getting involved in the goals is exactly what I like to see. Match day 2 was against newly promoted Nottingham Forest, who we just about beat. Then we had the next newly promoted team being Fulham, first London derby of the season. Now, my criticism of Harry Kane is that he doesn't score enough goals from outside the edge of the box. Well, this is why I criticise him, because he can score from anywhere. That is an unbelievable strike. The guy needs to have a shoot-on-sight policy. Absolute cheat code. Finally put us 1-0 up, very much deserved. Fulham have proven to be very annoying. Daniel Evering though, Hugo Lloris, forgot he's a goalkeeper. Someone give him a breathalyzer. Why isn't he using his hands? Just save that, it's right at you. Anyway, 1-1, these are the kind of games we cannot drop points at. Højbjerg had this effort blocked out for a corner. The resulting corner was taken by Heung-min Son. And then as Harry Kane again puts us back in front and secures us 3 wins from 3 in the opening month. Up next, off to St Mary's to play against this old lad. I hate playing against former players because you just don't want them to score against you. In the first 5 minutes, Harry Kane showed his creative instincts, plays in Kulusevski here, good first touch, volleys it into the top corner, puts us into a 1-0 lead. However, the next passage of play, Rodrigo Bentancur, who was very, very solid for us last season, loses the ball very cheaply in the middle of the park. We end up getting pounced upon 1-1 at this point. We then found ourselves 2-1 down in the second half and ended up losing this game. Very, very frustrated first loss of the season. Rodrigo Bentancur did not have a game to remember. He should have actually equalised for us, but sent that one wide. A day to forget, moving on swiftly. We actually also drew with Wolves in that month, so we've actually sort of slowed down a little bit with the points. But massive game coming up next, playing against West Ham and this side dish. I hate playing against West Ham and David Moyes' team because look how many players they have back defending. It's so hard to create any kind of opportunities. Having to be very, very patient. Eventually an opening presents itself. Kane into Bentancur, looking for his first of the season. Hits the post, just goes wide. West Ham finally tried to play a little bit of football, but we pounced on them straight away. Son wins the ball. Kane open in the middle, easiest goal score all season. 1-0, on we go. Declan Rice then made it a personal mission to just start taking everyone out. Don't know how he hasn't got a yellow card there. In the second half, he took out young Nathan Roberts off the bench. Still on a yellow card, unbelievable. Obviously, Nathan Roberts, youth player, we want to see what ability he's got. He had that in the back of his mind. Skins Rice, the edge of the box, just drags it wide. The boy's got ability, show him what he can do. 9 minutes from time, Nathan Roberts was eventually rewarded with his first goal for the club and secured us a 2-0 win and a clean sheet. That is how you make yourself a fan favourite, scoring against West Ham and securing us a win. After that game, Lo Celso took to the media and is moaning about game time, and to be fair to him, I've basically not used him at all. So I made the massive decision of throwing him into the starting lineup against Man City. I also dropped some for this one, so 2 massive calls. We started well, had a good chance in the first 6 minutes, but it was a defensive display of the highest quality. Tackles, blocks, bodies on the line, defending for our lives, just trying to wait for those counter-attacking opportunities. 20 minutes after weathering the storm, Emerson Royale bursted down the right wing here, plays it into Bergwijn. He looks up into Kane, Bentancur over his shoulder, breaking through the lines into the box. Still looking for his first of the season, gets his first of the season, puts us into a 1-0 lead. That goal gave us a bit of confidence, started playing a little bit better than Kane over his shoulder. You see Bergwijn, he's open at the back post, gets into the box. Can he double our lead? Yes, he can. 2-0 in complete cruise control. Second half, however, was a different story. De Bruyne smashed that one in at the near post, and then it was literally a case of could we hold on to secure the 3 points. Hugo Lloris made 3 or 4 fantastic saves. This one here in the last minute, don't know how he saved it, unreal. So we ended up getting another win over Man City at home, all thanks to Hugo Lloris' performance in the second half. Faced 11 shots, made 6 saves, 3 points massively down to him. Turning our focuses away from the league into the Carabao Cup. Now there's only one thing harder than winning a trophy, and that's defending a trophy that you are the holders for. Playing at Anfield in the 4th round, obviously it was going to be difficult, but 1-0 down because he had Diogo Jota there. We weren't at our best, I'll be honest. Harry Kane didn't start in this one. I left him on the bench, wanted to try and rest him. As you can see, we've gone long. Ball finds his way to Kulusevski out on the right wing. He holds it up. I thought the ref was going to play for half time. He allows this one last attack to go. Reguilon into the final third, floats in across, skims off the defender's head. It's Son on the volley, puts us back level, just on the brink of half time. But in the second half, once again, another second half poor display. Mistake by Bentancur again. Diogo Jota into the box. Lloris gets us out of jail. Resulting corner was taken, and then Firmino's first touch of the game put us 2-1 down. So it's time to break glass in case of emergency. On comes Kane, on comes Roberts, who can save the game for us. Those 2 substitutions did actually prove to be quite good. We ended up getting an attacking free kick in the 71st minute. Cross was floated in. Roberts unmarked at the back post. I tell you what, in seasons to come, that has to go in. He's still developing, he's still a young player, a lot of talent. Anyway, Son had that effort, really should have scored it. Then the last 2 minutes of this game, I mean, you can just see there's no formation. It's just like a basketball match. End-to-end stuff. It's like 22-man chase ball. I don't know what is going on here. Both teams are panicking, trying to create opportunities. Liverpool trying to time waste. Eventually, we do win the ball. Davis plays it into Harry Kane. He looks up. His Son, he's into the box. Last minute, puts us into penalties. And I've got to say, lads, it was the worst penalty shootout I have ever had the pleasure of playing. First 4 penalties, all missed or saved. Shocking stuff. Firmino was the first to score, then Lo Celso scored. Mane stepped up, player number 4. I don't know what that is, it's just so bad. Then Kulusevski put us in front for the first time in the shootout. Lloris had an opportunity here to make himself the hero, but he wasn't even needed. Henderson sent it wide at the Kop end and sent us into the next round, which was against Rotherham. Of course we expected to absolutely batter these, but to be fair to Rotherham, their day out, they ended up holding us for the first 45 minutes. I had to let off some absolute fireworks in dressing room at half time. Needed to go into 2nd and 3rd, 4th gear. Neil Roberts, basically the Phil Neville of the brothers, got his first for the club. Lovely moment for him. Harry Kane got us our 2nd, and then the floodgates opened. Brought on Jack Clark, Dane Scarlett and Nathan Roberts, and all 3 subs linked up instantly. Scarlett into Nathan Roberts, his first shot of the game, puts us 3-0 up. And then he starts off the move, 15 to go, out wide, Ewan Berry into Neil Roberts, over to Nathan Roberts. What can he do? Edge of the box, he smacks it from distance. That's a beautiful goal. 4-0, sailing into the semi-finals. Lads, we are flying. We're on a charge this season. I want trophies. First leg against Man United in the semi-finals, finished 2-0. So I decided to sim the second leg. I thought we can't lose by more than 2 goals. Surely can't happen. How have we lost 3-0? How? How has it happened? I don't want to talk about it. So anyway, that's enough of these highlights. Let's take a break, let's take a breather, and let's see how we're getting on. So at the halfway point, lads, we are 2 points off the top. It's basically a 4-horse race for the league this year. Liverpool, United and City, along with us, are the pace setters. Now, we are going to make some changes to the squad in January after seeing the players that we're using and not using. Jack Clark and Dane Scarlett both getting sent out on loan, so basically not giving them any game time. Into the FA Cup, not wasting any time with some more highlights. Obviously, it's another competition we want to take seriously. Another London derby playing at Loftus Road against QPR. Took a 1-0 lead, but I don't know what happened. This lad called Kian Prince, he turned into like prime Hasselbank, Drogba, like Van Nistelrooy. He was just unreal. Everything he touched turned to gold. We ended up losing 4-2. It's a massive cup upset. Defence so poor. And so I've decided now is the time to make a big signing. Ben Godfrey's been on my watch list for a while. Leeds were interested in buying him. So I've now decided it's time to pull the trigger on it. Had to do some serious wheeling and dealing here. Everton wanted 30 mil. I had to literally fight tooth and nail to get this down below 30 mil. Had to settle on 28.5 mil in the end. 50k a week. It's a big old contract, and it's our first massive signing of the season. But he will be getting the number 47 shirt, and he will be the future of our defence. Moving away from the domestic games, obviously Liverpool won the Champions League last year, even though they didn't finish in the top 4. I'll be honest, I basically used the group stage for all of the fringe players just so they get some game time. In the group stage, we actually got drawn against Napoli, PSV and Lokomotiv Moscow, so Napoli realistically were the team to worry about. Lost the first game 3-2 because an 89th minute winner there, and then we lost the reverse fixture. Last game of the group stage, it could have gone either way. We weren't actually qualified yet. We actually lost 3-0. Again, I don't know why we sim games and lose 3-0. I need to stop doing it. But in the end, it didn't even matter because we managed to finish second in the group. So let's see who we've got in the first knockout stage. Oh, lads, something about European nights, always so special. And we are playing against Bayern Munich. Oh, big old game. First 2 minutes of the game, I mean, this one was just basically a car crash of football. This here should be match fixing. I mean, what on earth is Neuer doing? Don't know. We take a 1-0 lead, completely undeserved. Bayern went in, hit back. Goretzka with that goal there. Lloris, don't know what he's doing again. I think he's been drinking. Launches the ball out. We get punished. And of all people to score, look who it is. It's Mr. Side Dish himself. I don't know how he's managed to wangle a move from West Ham to Bayern Munich. Unbelievable. So 2-1 down at this point, 8 minutes from time. Robert Lewandowski got his customary goal, made it 3-1. A 3-1 loss in the first leg is a mountain to climb. Needed another goal. I don't mind losing the first leg, but we can only have a 1-goal deficit. Went ultra attacking. Nathan Roberts off the bench here into stoppage time. He slips through Harry Kane. He's through on goal. Gets us that important goal. Now we've got something to work with for the return leg. Going straight to the Allianz. Bayern started the better of the two sides, of course, but Harry Kane picking up from where he left off in the first leg put us into a 1-0 lead on the night. 3-3 on aggregate. Serge Gnabry was causing us all kinds of problems down the right wing. Ended up equalising on the night and putting them back in front on aggregate. But in the 85th minute, Harry Kane had other ideas. Unmarked at the back post. Went and level things up on aggregate again and put us in front on the night. In the 89th minute, I brought on Lucas Moura, seeing if he can recreate that magical moment he did in Amsterdam. Could he add Munich to his tally? Well, he dragged that effort just wide. Unfortunately, this one was going to go all the way to extra time. In the end of the first half of extra time, that's a mouthful to say, we almost scored this goal. I don't know how on earth this is P-rolling in. Ends up just going wide. So into the second half of extra time, Bergwijn on the ball, looks up, he finds Son patiently waiting. Bayern Munich were happy to play for penalties, I'll be honest. But Kane and Son linking up that famous partnership sends us into the next round. Love to see it. And the next round we got drawn against another powerhouse, PSG. The 88th minute equaliser from Emil Højbjerg meant this one was 2-2 on aggregate. This game, I mean, I can't commentate on the first half because it was just pure carnage. I don't even know how to describe it. Basically, it was a goal every 10 minutes. At this point, we're 2-1 down. Kane should have equalised. That effort there, saved by Keylor Navas. Bentancur keeps it alive and then finds Son, who does end up scoring. 2-2 on the night, 4-4 on aggregate. Going into the second half, Harry Kane breaks through the lines here once again. Again, look, 50th minute. It's a goal every 10 minutes. 3-2 on the night. PSG again hit back. It was like two boxers going blow for blow. Ali Fraser type stuff. 77 minutes on the clock. Harry Kane again. He's having a great Champions League campaign. Put us 4-3 in front on the night. 6-5 on aggregate. Mbappe had that effort there with 5 minutes to go. Lloris saves it. And then Reguilon, just clear it into touchline. What are you doing? Messi finds Kessie, ends up being 4-4 in the night. The players sink to the floor. We're going to extra time again. So into extra time again. Oh, there's so much football being played in the Champions League this season. Højbjerg into Son does send us into the semi-finals. Pochettino, an unhappy return to Spurs. That's everything for the European games. It's back to the Premier League. So lads, not much time left in the league. We've got some big games coming up, and I'll be honest, it's not the big games that we're struggling with, it's the small ones. We lost against Brentford twice, lost against Fulham. Don't know what's going on with those games. Don't know why we dropped points against the small teams. Anyway, picking up this game against Chelsea, 3-1 down. Desperately cannot lose this one. Kulevetsky smashed that one past Mendy, but made it 3-2. And then 4 minutes from time, Kane into Bergwijn, salvages a point somehow. Did not deserve that, I'll be honest. 5 points off the top, 25 games played. Liverpool, United, City, still with us. Playing against Man United at Old Trafford next, Emerson Royale with a goal line clearance, but it was not enough. 15 minutes on the clock, we were 3-0 down. Again, a rubbish start. I don't know why we're starting games so poorly, honestly. I don't know what's going on. In the European games, we're playing really well, but in the domestic games, we're just playing so bad. Anyway, goal from kickoff, Kulevetsky makes it 3-1. Nathan Roberts sends the ball out wide. Cross gets whipped in by Kulevetsky, gets bundled over the line there by Heung-min Son. And then, with not much time to go, Son into Nathan Roberts, shows what his quality once again. Blasts that one in. The comeback of dreams has been completed at the Theatre of Dreams. 3-0 down, 3-3. In the 90th minute, Bentancur had that header saved by De Gea, and I thought it was all done. But, of all people, Ben Godfrey steps up and won it in the 93rd minute. New signing getting an important goal. I'd love to see it. Now, we lost against Southampton earlier on in the season. Need a revenge on these lot. We scored our first free kick in FIFA 22. Love to see that. Honestly, I always lay him off the shoot. Son getting that one. It's worth the second replay. Beautiful goal. Son then followed that up with not just one more goal, but a hat-trick. The dominant display against Southampton. Revenge very much secured. So after that win against United and win against Southampton, a little bit of form on the cards. Went and battered Everton. I think it was 5-1 in the end. A truly dominant display. Everyone getting involved in the score sheet. Not many games to go. As you can see, we're in 4th now. 7 points off the top. I'll be honest, we cannot lose against Liverpool and Man City next. Those are our next 2 games. This game against Liverpool at home, I don't know what Liverpool team turned up, but we were perfect. Don't use that word often, but we were perfect, honestly. Every attack we had, we scored. 3-0 in the first half. Second half, just goal after goal, chance after chance. Everything we touched turned to gold in this one. Liverpool were unbelievably humbled. That there, pick of the bunch. Bentancur getting his hat-trick. And then Son made it 7-0. That there is the best performance I think I've ever seen in the career mode save. A day that will live in history forever. Off to a not so empty Etihad next. Again, cannot lose this one. No Man City are difficult to play against. They rattled the crossbar in the first half. Lo Celso had this effort saved by Edison, stings his hands. And then Kane, moments later, rattled the crossbar himself. Still 0-0, 25 minutes on the clock. City pounce on a mistake by Davinson Sanchez. Bernardo Silva puts them into a 1-0 lead. But Harry Kane dragging us over the line once again. He's done it time and time again this season. Puts us back level, grabs the ball, we needed 3 points. Desperately need it. Going into the final 7 minutes, City were on the attack. Chance after chance came and went. Lloris saved both of them. But then, into the last minute of the game, Raheem Sterling has punished us because of a mistake. All the lads sink to the floor. Lads, that is the title challenge over. Premier League season has finished. Let's see where we ended up. So lads, there we are, finished in 3rd place again for the 2nd season running, 8 points off the top this time. We actually did better than last season, but we're further away from the title. However, our season is not finished there yet. We're still in a semi-final of a Champions League, and it's our last shot at picking up silverware this season. First leg is against Borussia Dortmund. We won 2-1 thanks to a brace from Ben Godfrey. Love to see it. I cannot believe he's gone back to brace against Dortmund. Going into the second leg, 90 minutes away potentially from a Champions League final. That Dortmund stand was the biggest single stand in Europe until of course Spurs' South Stand was built. A little bit of bite in this one, and it started off exactly like that. A straight red card for Dortmund was then followed up with our opening goal from Rodrigo Bentancur to put us 1-0 up. Dortmund did hit back with Anthony to make it 1-1, but then Emerson Royale, a goal from an unlikely source, put us into a commanding position, which was then cemented with Jan Vertonghen returning my faith, putting him in the starting lineup, getting a goal from a corner and sending us into our 2nd ever Champions League final, the first with us in charge. Oh lads, a massive opportunity here to get the biggest trophy in club football. Could it be done? Well, we'll have to wait and see who we've got in the final. Look who we have got in the final, lads. We've got Sevilla. We are strong favourites for this one. Now, unfortunately, Son was suspended for this one. He got too many yellow cards, and he got one in that second leg. So So our lineup is Lloris, Reguilon, Godfrey, Vertonghen, Sanchez, Emerson, Bentancur, Lo Celso, Bergwijn, Kane and Kulevetsky up top. When it comes to the stadium, we're actually playing at home. Incredible. I don't know how our stadium's been picked for the final. It would be epic to win a Champions League this season. And considering that we've basically failed in the league, got dumped out of the cup in the semi-finals and got embarrassed in the FA Cup, this would be a season saver. First 6 minutes on the clock, Sevilla enjoying a bit of possession on the edge of our box. We're in a good shape, defending well. Rakitic holds it up, lays it off. El-Nesri puts them 1-0 up. Not the start we wanted to have. Very, very reminiscent of when Spurs played Liverpool in the final, conceding a goal early doors. 10 minutes on the clock, enjoying a spell of possession ourselves. Bergwijn into Harry Kane on the edge of the box. Trying to create an opening, trying to work for some runners. No one really goes to him. Shoots from distance, keeper makes a good save. That there was the best chance we could create in the first 20 minutes. After that, Sevilla were dominating the ball. They were playing it around us. We were just chasing shadows, desperately trying to hold them off, trying to defend here. As you can see, they're getting closer and closer to the edge of our box. It gets into our box. Tackle miss, save, rebound. It's Rakitic. Oh, lads, we're 2-0 down. 2-0 down in the Champions League final. Not ideal at all. We have got to have an Istanbul type recovery for this one. So at half time, I made a massive change. I ditched the 5 in the back formation. Brought Emil Højbjerg on just to try and get another body in midfield because we just weren't enjoying any spells of possession at all. Had to make some massive changes. And this is all I could do. Going straight into the second half, we started the better of the two sides. That attacking free kick ends up falling to Davinson Sanchez. Tries to go for a worldie. Forces a save, but it's a positive start. 52 minutes on the clock. Reguilon, interception. Plays it into Bentancur, who then pokes it through to Højbjerg off the bench. Charging through the middle. I don't know where their centre-backs are. Bergwijn has slipped through. He's one-on-one. He's got the pace. He has to score. Does score. Brings us back into the game. Gets the ball. We're not dead and buried yet, lads. Not dead and buried yet. Still a lot of football to go. 59 minutes on the clock. Ball gets played into Bentancur. He flings it out wide to Stevie Bergwijn. Whips in the cross. It's Lo Celso. Just can't quite get there. We were getting closer and closer. 70 minutes on the clock. Time running out. Harry Kane pokes it through to Rodrigo Bentancur. The centre-backs are split. They're trying to mark Bergwijn and Kulevetsky. Bentancur goes through the middle, unchallenged, to equalise. He's done it. We have come back from the depths. Lads, 2-0 down. It is now 2-2. This game still got a lot of life left in it. Full time came and went. This one was going to extra time again for the 3rd time in our Champions League campaign so far. At the end of the first half of extra time, Giovanni Lo Celso picks up the ball, drives into Sevilla's box, checks back. Lucas Moura off the bench. Gets into the box, hits it with his left foot, save. But unfortunately, that was the only chance in extra time. This one was going all the way to penalties. Could we hold our nerve? Could we do it? The 5 that I've gone with: Kane, Lo Celso, Bergwijn, Moura, Kulevetsky. After that, these lads did not volunteer. It's potluck at that point. Harry Kane was going to step up first, of course. Ends up scoring. Keeper to the spot. Sevilla then missed. Advantage us. Lo Celso needed to score to put us 2 in front. But his effort was saved. Sevilla's next penalty also saved. Still 1-0 in front. Stevie Bergwijn steps up next. Could he score? Goes bottom right. Just squeezes it into the side netting. Puts advantage back to us. Sevilla's 3rd penalty. Up steps the taker. Sends it wide. We have an opportunity here to win it. And it is Lucas Moura to take the deciding penalty. Could he do it? Could he recreate that drama that he did in Amsterdam to win us our 1st ever Champions League final? He's done it. He has got down the middle. The goalie dives out of the way. Lads, we have done it. Champions League winners in Season 2. That there has saved our season. A season that looked like it was going to be a complete failure. And we have gone and secured the biggest trophy of them all. Lloris lifting old big ears there. You love to see it. I'll tell you what, lads, we needed that. That has saved our season. It's probably saved our job as well. Because I'll be honest, our manager rating was about 50. We were hanging on for dear life. It was a must-win game. And now we picked up our 3rd trophy in 2 seasons. Oh, that does now make a bad season a very good one. Looking at the player stats, Lloris ended up missing out on Golden Glove by 1 clean sheet. Very, very unlucky. Looking at the assists, Son and Kane ended up sharing the award. Both got 12 apiece. And then Golden Boot actually went to Son. He got 26 in the end. A couple of hat-tricks obviously helped his cause. Looking at the player stats in all competitions, Kane and Son, 34 goals each. These 2 carried us this season. Absolutely carried us. Without those 2, I thought we would have been like mid-table at best. So lads, that does wrap up this season. Does wrap up this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure that like button and subscribe if you are new. I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.